So, quite a mixed bag of goodies for today. The title very confusing: Dam or Not to Dam? China's Democracy, Three Gorges Dam. Well, three dams in one title. And I'm not too sure when this is going to be broadcast. I am going to get to the Three Gorges a little bit later, but I still want to continue, which I did put on my channel a little bit earlier on the 10th of December. Go and check out the link at the end. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not, but go and hit my playlist about China and you will see it. It should be on top of the list. But before we do that, I'd just like to say hello to all my members of the channel. I have 4 of them now: Tony Betts, Paul, Tony, and Pacific. Pammy, thank you so much for your continued support. And if you do want to become a member, just go to the link in the description below there, blah, 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 blah. Now, yesterday we talked about the word democracy, and we showed what is the actual meaning in 3 different dictionaries, so there's no confusion about it. And thank you for the people who did look at that. It's very interesting. I do actually need to pull up this chair because it's just falling to one side again. Hold on a minute. There we go. Otherwise I keep sinking down. I'll try not to show my lovely legs. So China basically is not a democracy, but it's claiming it is. And I found this article. I'm just going to go through this. Yep. Socialism with Chinese characteristics. And the first thing which comes to this title: people orientated. Now, the People's Republic of China is a title. It was formed in 1949. Before it was the Republic of China. And the Republic of China is now the country, and I repeat, the country of Taiwan. Taiwan is not part of China. Quite simply, you don't believe me, go through the whole history of it. Just the history. Even before China invaded Taiwan hundreds of years ago, it was still Taiwan or under a different name. That's it. We've done that bit now. So everyone who says Taiwan is not a country, well, just look into the history of it, my friend, and that's about it, really. So, people orientated. Really? Now, the pro-China people would actually say that people are very happy with the Chinese government. The polls are exceeding the roof. But this is the poll. You would go in, here's your ID card, and then you register. Now, are you going to say it's bad? No, obviously, because we can imagine what's going to happen to you. You'll get a knock on the door, so people are obviously going to say yes, and they just get on with daily life. And living in China is not as bad as a lot of people would think, but you would say it's you don't talk about certain things and you just accept certain things. So it is not people orientated. The people don't have a choice to vote. They may have some kind of little choices in some votes related to smaller communities, but you would be persuaded to vote for this person because he fits in the communist guidelines or China guidelines, and not independent. Nothing that's related to human rights is completely out of the window. So the first statement here, it's not people orientated because it's government orientated, and all it is just a big mafia family. Sorry about the squeaky chair. If we move on, human rights and religions. Let's do religion first of all. Yes, there is religion in China. You can be Muslim, you can be Christian, you can be Buddhist, but this is all controlled from the state directly. This is not controlled from the Vatican City. This is not controlled from Mecca in Saudi Arabia. This is controlled, and you could say it's Chinese communist religion. It's not freedom of religion. You have to go through the counterpart, and some of the Chinese Bible in Christianity has been changed to fit it in. But if you want to be a Communist Party member, you have to be atheist. Human rights, do I need to go there? Just go to the northwest of the country. And the last thing here related to it, one country, two systems. Well, it's supposed to be. You can read this article a little bit longer, just put it on pause. I'm not going to read it out for you. But Hong Kong used to be one country, two systems, but because of the national security law and the Beijing government, central government, couldn't wait till 2047, which we have covered in this, is one country, one system slowly. This is why many people are leaving Hong Kong. In fact, 1 hour before this, I was speaking to, I'm trying to help someone with related to a English exam get to the United States of America to become the nurse. She has already got the position in New York City and her family want to go because Hong Kong is not suitable for her lifestyle. So, China, who is it suitable for? Well, 1.4 billion people, 400 million are Chinese communist card holders that they support the Chinese government. Officially, these are all atheists, they'll probably be married, they have the 2.5 kids, and they will follow it directly, and they will, if the government instruct them to do something, they will do it to the letter no matter what. And they are possibly very comfortable in their position. But the other 1 billion people, are they happy? Would they really like a true democracy? Are they happy with Xi Jinping? Would they like to vote for the next, not dictator, but real governor, even a president, if it was a democracy, is not a democracy because you don't have a president, you have a general secretary. All these cases don't add up. What they're doing, and I've seen some shills already going into the Chinese democracy, is that it's not. There are certain amount of freedoms. You can buy an apartment, but you can't buy the land. You just lease the land. You can have a car, and you can go to school internationally if you have the money. So it's sort of like capitalism has stepped in a long way. And definitely for sure, the year being the end of 2021, the honeymoon time of China is over. You could say people did rush to China in the beginning of this century because it was just sort of like, come to China, it's easy to invest, and this is what China did. Now it's all changed with Xi Jinping's rise to power. A lot of these shills are going on and blaming mainstream media, saying, oh, we're brainwashed. Well, I think we're adults and we would know what is right and what is wrong. We can agree to disagree. Yeah? And I'm not going to go into the politics of it, but we can actually see. Yeah? And we see with evidence. And if you don't just watch one news channel, you may watch Fox, and then you watch CNN, then you watch Sky, then you watch Al Jazeera. You even may watch a news network from China. So you get all aspects. And as an adult, that news should always be objective, and it's your choice to make the decision. Obviously, it's subjective when something horrible happens, because that's an emotion, that the newscaster or the anchor is expressing that this is totally wrong with the evidence. So mainstream media, non-mainstream media, it's always should be objective. China's mainstream media is subjective. It's always one way. And do they have the freedom of democracy to go and watch different news networks and see what the West is saying? The answer is only if you have a VPN, but that's a grey area. I'm going to keep going, and the Three Gorges Dam, I don't have the levels for today. I do have Tokyo coming up in a moment or two. But what this is not a poll, but I'd like to hear some comments related to this. What do you think is the solution for the Yangtze River? What do you think is the solution for the Three Gorges Dam? Should it be teared down and smaller dams there, which has been highly recommended but ignored by the Chinese government because they wanted to show off how big this dam is, etc.? What is the future of it? How long do you think it will last? What about the other dams at before Chongqing, which we have again talked about? It'd be great to hear your comments there. And should there be some more dams further down the Yangtze, or should there be no dams at all, and the energy should come from wind, from solar, from nuclear, from wave, rather than water, because water can be, you could say, uncontrollable sometimes, which we saw in 2020. And hydroelectric power is not a reliable source. It relies on the gods. Climate change is unpredictable because because of China, basically mainly because of China, 70% of the world's pollution comes from China, but they do have the biggest population in the world. So if you work it out per capita, I wouldn't know that one. But last year, for example, the Three Gorges Dam or the reservoir, the Yangtze, flooded everywhere, and there's countless videos on YouTube, Western media everywhere around it there. And this year, not much, but it did happen in the Yellow River, north of the Yangtze. It did happen in the Pearl. And again, we saw lots of videos related to the floods of 2021. What's going to happen next year? I really don't know what happened there. My recording on my GoPro seems to have shut down. I'm not liking GoPros at the moment. May need to find a different video camera. But here's Tokyo.
Lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick.
That's about it for today. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you to my 4 members. And I will look forward to seeing you in the future, wherever you are. Be good, be well, be safe. I'm going to leave you with all the written documents at the end, so you can just pause it and read. But I will wish you a happy and safe day, wherever you are. Cheerio. Bye-bye.